You keep telling yourself the same story, and it sounds logical every time. That you'll start when you feel ready, when you feel confident, when everything in your life is finally in order. You tell yourself you just need a little more time, a little more clarity, a little more certainty, but that moment hasn't come yet. And if you're honest with yourself, it probably never will. The idea of being ready is not a requirement, it's a delay mechanism. It's something your mind uses to protect you from discomfort, from failure, from uncertainty. But that protection comes at a cost, and that cost is your growth. Based on Start Where You Are, the truth is simple but powerful. You don't need perfect conditions, you need to begin. Starting where you are, even if it feels messy and incomplete, is the only way your life actually begins to change. Sabrina Pace-Humphreys didn't begin her journey as someone confident, disciplined, or fearless. She started with doubt, uncertainty, and a long list of reasons why she could have stayed exactly where she was. That's what makes her story real, because it reflects where most people actually begin. You don't need to become a different person before you start. You become that stronger, more capable version of yourself through the process of taking action. The first step will feel uncomfortable, and it might even feel unnatural. But that discomfort is not a signal to stop. It's a signal that you're stepping into growth. Every expert you admire once felt exactly like this. Waiting feels productive because it gives you a sense of control. You tell yourself you're researching, planning, or preparing for the right moment. But preparation without action becomes procrastination. The longer you wait, the more intimidating the starting point becomes. You build it up in your mind until it feels overwhelming and impossible. Meanwhile, people who are less prepared, but more willing to act, are already making progress. The truth is, waiting doesn't reduce fear, it increases it. Growth will challenge you in ways you don't expect. It will push you out of your routine and force you to confront your limitations. When you step into something new, you will feel uncertain and exposed. That discomfort can feel like a warning sign, but it's actually a sign of progress. It means you're stepping beyond what feels familiar. Sabrina's journey shows that resilience is built in these exact moments. The moments where quitting feels easier, but you choose to keep going. You don't need to take a massive leap to change your life. What you need is consistent, small actions repeated over time. One step today might feel insignificant, but it's not. When you repeat that step every day, it becomes powerful. Progress doesn't happen in dramatic bursts, it happens quietly. That's why so many people miss it and give up too early. But if you stay consistent, those small actions begin to compound. Over time, they create results that feel almost unbelievable. When the excitement fades, your reason is what keeps you moving forward. If your why is weak, you will stop the moment things get uncomfortable. It has to go deeper than surface-level goals. It needs to connect to who you are and who you want to become. When your reason is strong enough, it gives you direction and clarity. It reminds you why you started in the first place. Sabrina emphasizes that purpose is what fuels persistence. Motivation is unpredictable and temporary. Some days you will feel inspired and everything will feel easy. But most days you won't feel like doing anything at all. That's where discipline comes in. Discipline is the decision to show up regardless of how you feel. It's what keeps you moving when motivation disappears. The people who succeed are not the most motivated. They are the most consistent in their actions over time. The people around you influence your mindset more than you realize. When you surround yourself with supportive individuals, you naturally push yourself further. Community gives you accountability and encouragement when your motivation drops. It reminds you that you're not alone in your struggles. Sabrina's journey highlights how powerful shared growth can be. The right environment can elevate your standards and accelerate your progress. The biggest obstacle you face is not your situation, it's your mindset. It's the voice that tells you you're not ready or not capable. That voice feels convincing, but it's built on fear and past experiences. If you listen to it, it will keep you stuck. You have to challenge it and act despite it. Confidence is not the absence of doubt. It's the decision to move forward even when doubt is present. Confidence doesn't come before action, it comes from it. Every step you take builds evidence that you are capable. That evidence slowly changes how you see yourself. You begin to identify as someone who takes action instead of avoiding it. Over time, that identity becomes stronger. You stop questioning yourself as much. You start trusting yourself more. Growth is not clean or predictable. Some days you will feel focused and productive. Other days you will feel stuck and unmotivated. That inconsistency is part of the process. What matters is that you keep showing up. Progress doesn't require perfection, it requires persistence. If you stay consistent, you will continue to move forward. You're making progress, even if it doesn't feel like it. The problem is that you're only looking for big results. Small wins are easy to overlook, but they are what build momentum. They remind you that your efforts are working. When you acknowledge progress, you strengthen your confidence, and that confidence helps you keep going. Not everyone will understand your journey. Some people will question your choices or doubt your abilities. That's normal, and it's part of the process. Their opinions do not define your path. You need to protect your focus and your energy. The more attention you give to negativity, the more it slows your progress. Stay focused on what matters most. This is where most people fall off, not because they lack ability, but because they lack consistency. Showing up when it's inconvenient is what builds discipline. It's easy to act when you feel motivated, it's harder to act when you don't. But those are the moments that matter the most. Every time you show up, you strengthen that habit. This journey is not about quick wins or instant results. It's about long-term growth and transformation. Real change takes time and patience. If you expect immediate results, you will become frustrated and quit. But if you focus on the long game, everything shifts. You begin to value consistency over speed. There will be times when progress feels invisible. You will question whether your efforts are working. This is where most people give up, but this is also where breakthroughs begin. Growth is happening beneath the surface, even if you can't see it yet. Staying consistent during these phases is what makes the difference. Every challenge you face is shaping you. Every moment of discomfort is building resilience. Even when it feels like nothing is changing, something is happening internally. You are becoming more disciplined, more capable, and more focused. Growth is not always visible immediately, but over time it becomes undeniable. Growth is not just about personal success, it's also about contributing to others. When you help someone else, you reinforce your own mindset. You create a cycle of encouragement and support. That shared growth makes the journey more meaningful. It reminds you that you're part of something bigger. Sabrina's journey highlights how powerful shared growth can be. The right environment can elevate your standards and accelerate your progress. If you stay consistent, you will change. Not just slightly, but significantly. Your habits will improve, your mindset will shift, your confidence will grow, you will begin to see yourself differently, and that transformation will impact every area of your life. Confidence is not something you wait for, it is something you build through action. Every step you take reinforces your belief in yourself. Over time, that belief becomes stronger, it becomes part of your identity. That is how real confidence is developed. That first step didn't seem important at the time, it felt small and insignificant, But it was everything. It set everything else in motion. Every big result begins with a small decision. That's why starting matters so much. You already have what you need to begin. You don't need more time or more knowledge. You don't need to feel ready. What you need is action. Waiting will not make it easier, it only makes it harder. Start now, exactly where you are. If this message resonated with you, don't ignore it. Take action while it's still fresh in your mind. Like this video so more people can see it. Comment below with the first step you're committing to today. And subscribe to this channel if you are serious about improving your life consistently. You don't need to be perfect to begin. You don't need to have everything figured out. You only need the courage to take the first step. Starting where you are is enough. Keep moving forward even when it feels slow, because progress, no matter how small, will eventually change everything.